Okay, we are on. All right, let's start again. That's what happens when you change things up a bit. Thank you, BB. I was saying, hello, plannerettes. Here I am again on another live. I thought I'd take you along with me while I do my setup for my daily planner pages in my Filofax Malden Organiser in the personal size. I was saying that I will be going into homeschooling time. My son, my younger son, who's 16 years old, and my husband is the one who does the homeschooling. We have a shared space. So on the other side of the camera is their little homeschooling area. So he's still in bed at the moment. Normally Monday is a slower start. Yes, I hear you now. How are you, baby? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me again. So I was saying that if and when he starts his morning work, we may have to go and I may have to mute myself and put some music in the background instead. Yes, I hear now. Yay, yay. All right, so the planner page that I'll be using today is part of my V2 personal size planner bundle. Let me see if I can pop that in the chat. I think there it is. So if you are interested in using a personal size planner and want to see what I'm using, that's what it is. It's in the chat as well as in the description below. So here I have, let me see if I can zoom out a bit. I thought I'd change it up. Sometimes I like to go on a vertical layout just so then, because it does get shown, vertical lives do get shown on the shorts page on YouTube, so then there might be hopefully a little bit more visibility than normal. If not, it's all good as well, because it does have a nice replay value. So the planner page in the daily, it's a 2-page spread. So one side you have the appointments, or I can do time blocks. This is normally where I put my top 3 priorities, things that I want to, if nothing else gets done, this is where I would put it. And then on the other side are 2 other columns that I normally put to do and notes. So today I'm going to be using my Zebra Mild Liner highlighters, and I will be going into rainbow colors. So while let me just zoom in a little bit here, and then I'll try and make sure I keep both spread nice and easy. All right, so look, I'm going to see if I can put some soft music on in the background. Let me see if that is working. Yes, a little bit. So then I just like to highlight that. It's nice to add a bit of color. And then for the Zebra Mild Liner, so you've got the one side that's chiseled, and then the other side, of course, is the fine tip, and that's what I normally use to go and circle the day of the week. So if I go a little bit quiet, I'm just getting in the zone. If you do have any questions, please let me know, because I can answer them as best as I can. But if you have any great tips, great hacks, let me know and share as well. I can feel myself having quite a bit of static, and I can feel my hair flying about. Roy, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue. What's that? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What am I missing? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Wednesday twice. See, when you talk and write at the same time, that's okay. We'll just get our correction tape. So this one is the Muji brand. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we'll do this Thursday. And let's have a look. Maybe I can use this Thursday. I'm just rewriting the initials of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Hello there, Gail. Nice to see you. Thought I'd jump on while Zach, the younger one, is still in bed. Normally, we have a slow start on a Monday, on a Saturday, and then who else here likes it when the end of the month finishes for your end of week? So if you have your end of week on a Sunday, or if your end of week ends on a Saturday, and then the last day of the month, falls on a nice even Steven Sunday. Yes, I don't always catch the lives, but it's always fun. Yeah, so I thought I'd do something, because earlier I did my normal time of my 5 a.m. Let me know if the music is competing too loudly with my voice. I don't think so. It's probably just in my earphones. Okay, I think that's a spare. Alright, so there's my planner page. So I've just highlighted it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then the other side also has the coordinating colors. And then next what I'm going to do, hello there, hello Robin, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you for catching me on my very impromptu live. Yeah, so normally Zach, the youngest, around about 10 a.m. is when he gets started, but I don't want to be telling him to shh, mum's videotaping, because I'm moving into his time frame. All right, so what I'm going to do is I was given this from one of my plannerettes, Steph. So she sent me a little care package. So this stamp is by Lawn Fawn. So and this particular set is the plan on it. I couldn't find it in the Amazon storefront. Like they have a Lawn Fawn has an Amazon storefront, but this particular set is not there. So you may have to go onto their website. But the this kit here is the plan on it stamps, and as you can see, you have all these things for day, time, and all the little icons. I love it because it fits nicely on my planner pages. And Steph also sent these different stamp blocks. So then I have all my little here. So for here, I'm going to put the date. Okay, so that one's the date. And the stamp I'm using is the VersaCraft. I think this is Soramame. So it's like little finger dabbers, and you got these 4 different colors. It does come in different color combo, but I picked the sort of like the primary colors. So then that way I know it'll go well with my, my rainbow themed highlighting and heading. So I'm just going to dab, 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 dab So I'm fairly new to stamping. I have purchased some stamps in the past, but I don't add it enough in my planning and in my planner pages. But it's so if it's something that is what is it? What's the word that I'm trying to? What are you trying to say, Marianne? If it's repetitive, yes. So if I'm doing repetitive, so I know for this one, the date, I just have to go and add it for 7 days worth. But sometimes when it's individual stamping, it can take time having to change the stamps and putting it on the different stamp block. So, but this is nice. I can just repeat as I go. Stamp, repeat, and it does look quite pretty when it's all uniformed. And then you've got all these different colors. So I just like to stick to the rainbow colors. Less decision making. Less I have to decide on color combos, the better. Alright, so there we are. So there's my date for the left hand side of my daily page of my V2 personal planner bundle printable. And then let's flip it over, and now we're going to work on the right hand side. So on this one I have 2 columns. I'm just going to get rid of the excess stamp that's on there. I don't want it to dry with ink on the stamp, because then if the stamp ink builds up on it, then it won't be the image or the lines won't be as sharp. So I've taken that, but I've just pressed it on the scrap piece of post-it note, and then this one I'm going to do the to-do. Okay, so I'm going to do to-do on this column. So any other tasks or to-dos that I have that's not the top priority, I normally pop it on that side. Okay, and we're just going to go and stamp to do on every page. So let me know where you are tuning in from, what time is it where you are, and then if you have your planner pages ready and set for the new week. And normally on a Monday start setting up the week, because Sunday I normally have my brain dump and weekly reset session with on my membership, and then after that I have lunch and then set up for the new week, or get ready and schedule my new. So where are we? Okay, next, and then on this side of my column I'm going to do notes. So I'm just stamping out all the excess ink, get all that corner, because some ink got into the corner of that little page. 4:15 Sunday afternoon here. Hope did you do anything special for lunch? I know your Sundays, but yeah, do you normally have a special Sunday lunch? Okay, so I want to use a smaller block, so I'm going to pop this one back in its place so I don't lose it. Oh, there it is. You can see plan on it, lawn form. Okay, so that's that set. Where are we? Where does this one go? To do goes there. try not to touch the back of it too much, because then I don't want to take away the adhesiveness. There's a little bit of, see how you can see a little bit of ink? I'm just going to wipe it with my fingers, so then if by any chance it transfers on the page, we don't want that happening. Okay, so now we're going to do notes. Notes on all of the 7 pages. So here on this side, I'll normally write down maybe, a positive daily affirmation. I would go and write either my wins of the day, or I will write down my done list. So it's nice to actually, when I catch myself, write down the things I've done rather than focusing on the things I didn't do, because majority of the times I don't get to do everything on my page. So BB is tuning in from Arizona, and it's 4:17 p.m. I love it, both sides. So that would be, are you in the Pacific? That's a Pacific PST time zone. Gail says we have a fellowship after church service that is almost a meal. I love it. Sometimes, that's what I do miss, because I'm Catholic. Not what do you call this? Not actively practicing, but I remember when, as a family, mum, dad, my brother and I would go to church, and then you'd have, normally, because you have to, dress up nicely for church, and either, have a nice family lunch, or sometimes you might go to friends' places. Made it to my live. Hello, Victoria. Nice to see you. Big hugs all around. Yes. So I thought I'd go and sneak in another live stream today and change it up a bit and make it, vertical. I'm trying to sneak it in before Zach starts his homeschooling and does his morning work. Normally, when he wakes up, he'll have his breakfast, and then he'll see what morning work we have set up for him. Normally, they just, he'll do his journaling. So I have created a planner page for him as well. Put the date, the weather, the season. Today is, yesterday was, tomorrow is, and then how I feel. So he has his own little journaling or mood log, and then we have little check boxes of all the different subjects that we're going to do. So his morning work normally is that, and some easy exercise pages, and so just either crosswords or find a word, or colouring in, or copy a sentence, or simple maths, where he does not necessarily require his dad to be next to him to do the activities. Hi Irene, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Alright, so now I'm just going to grab my Pilot Friction. This one is the limited edition, so it comes in different colors. I don't have my other pen holder handy, but so this one, so Friction Friction pens are erasable. So I'm going to put 25th of the 8th. Just write down all the dates. 26th of the 8th, 27th, 27, 28, 29. Last week of August, 29, 30. How did your August go? Did you have a good August? Was it fruitful? Was it stressful? Was it exciting? Did you do anything special So these are the things you want to start thinking about when you're wrapping up the end of your month. You know, the end of month reflection or end of month check-in. So then that way, you know, you take note and celebrate the wins. So I'm just going to put in after the fact 5. I'm going to see if I can zoom it in a little bit. So I'm just too zoomed in. So on the appointment column or time blocking, 5 a.m. YouTube live stream. Okay, so I think I did 1 hour and 40 minutes this morning, and then I had breakfast, and then I haven't done my morning meeting yet. So here I'm gonna put my so another daily planner setup. And then I might do, well, I'll have lunch there. So lunch. Here I might do my AM routine. And then 3 is get outside, because that's normally when my energy level gets a little bit lower. So get myself some fresh air. 6 o'clock is dinner. And so here will be a focus time, and here focus time, and here probably watch some TV. Okay, and I'm going to get my Zebra Koretake Sig Clean color dot marker, and then just go dot 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 dot. Okay, I'm going to grab my Hobonichi basic stencil, and I'm going to use the cute tiny little squares to just go and already mark the things I've already done. So then that way, you know, marking and ticking off to-do list, it gives you these little dopamine hits that, you know, you've accomplished something. So it's nice to get it marked off. All right, so today on this side of my column is where I normally put my top 3 priorities. So with that, let me see, where did I keep my little gentle planning? Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna probably be going live. I don't know where, like, you know, different times, because I want to try and set up my September planner pages without stressing myself out doing it, you know, closer to next Monday. So I'm just going to jump on. If you are you know, available and you see it, you get your notification that I'm on, say hello, pop in, pop out, it's okay. So I'm going to use my gentle, oh, that's not my gentle planning. That is my get things done. Where did I put my gentle planning? I think it might still be in my other. Let me see. Okay, I think it's, where could it, oh, Dear Marianne. Dear Marianne. It's in your personal size planner. Okay. Alright, so here is my Malden, and I have it right there, my gentle planning prompt card. So I made this using, this is just cut off laminated sheet, and then you got, what do you call this, sticky note flags, and then I used my label maker to just type these different little labels. So with my gentle planning, there are 3 things that you can put as your top priority. So one is 1 must do, 1 recharge moment, and 1 win. So what is it that's one thing you absolutely need to do today? And a lot of those things are day and time specific that you can't move to another day. The other one is a recharge moment. What's one way I can recharge my energy today? So, movement, things that you give you joy, enjoyment, that makes you happy. Okay, so a lot of the time it can either be some self-care activity that can just be oh, that can be resets, helps you reset. So like a little circuit breaker. Gail says, I love the gentle plan prompts. Yeah, me too, because a lot of a lot of the times I forget, what is it again? What when you have to, they say have 1 to 3 priorities of the day, and you go, but they're all important, they're all urgent, they all need to get done. But this is a nice little gentle prompt. If you don't have a laminating machine, or you don't have a label maker, you can just print it out, put it, if you have Canva, just measure a size of your a normal credit card size, or even on a Word document, create yourself a little rectangular border, and then just type these things in, print it out on maybe a thicker cardstock, and then just cut it out. And if you want, round off the corners, or you can even write it on a pretty a plain paper, and then glue it onto a nice printed cardstock. Make it your own. The reason why I use the laminated sheet is because we have a laminating machine. We laminate so much stuff for our homeschool needs, and I have picked up along the way label makers and sticky note flags. But you can create a little prompt card like this using whatever cardstock or whatever handwrite or type. Make it your own. I love it. And then the final one priority that you can put in your daily planner is one win. What's one tiny win I can complete for a small sense of progress? Now that it might be some cleaning, or tidying up. But it doesn't have to be major. Again, that's something that you can tick off, that is doable, that is enjoyable, that is satisfying. So for today, what's one thing I must absolutely do today? Well, I need to follow up all the outstanding invoices that I need to put in for Zach's therapy session. Follow up all the outstanding NDIS invoices. So I've got to go and put that through. So that is my one must do, because my lovely therapists need to get paid, so I need to make sure any invoices that came through over the weekend, I go and follow that up. So that's my one must do. So have a think. If you are planning your day for tomorrow, it's always really good to plan your day, if possible, the night before. So then that way you are not catching up on your day in the morning, especially if at this stage, your morning can get hectic, and then you don't get to plan your day until later on. It's nice to plan ahead. Okay, but because this I do it on a regular basis now, especially daily planning, I know pretty much what I need to do. What's one way I can recharge my energy today? Well, I need to get myself outside. Okay, and I haven't. Sometimes it's a nice little I can get motivated to go outside when I have to buy something. So I have to buy AA batteries, because my cute little fairy lights at the back behind me are no longer lit up. I had put that actually for Tuesday. And this is the great thing with the Pilot friction pens, is see how you've got the rubber tip at the end. So essentially you're not erasing the ink. It has this cool technology that with friction or heat, the ink disappears. Now if you by any chance, in case you know, you are using your friction pen and you may have left it, you know, next to a window and the sunlight, you know, makes the ink fade, pop it in your fridge. And then the cool temperature will make the ink reappear. Okay, so yeah, just a word of warning, don't use erasable pens for legal documents because then it might fade, or for anything that, you know, any tax purposes or anything, any paperwork that you need to go and archive for a number of years as to document whatever it is. But really fantastic. I have worked with Pilot Pen Australia in the past and have collaborated with them. So majority of the pens I do have were part of a brand collaboration, but I have purchased Pilot Friction. We use it for our homeschooling. This live stream is not sponsored, but I just love sharing, you know, things that make my planning a lot easier. So what is one win? Okay, one win is tidy up my walking pad, because currently my walking pad has all my things that I took off one desk to clear it up and tidy it up, and then everything that hasn't found its way home has found its little resting place on the walking pad. So of course I'm unable to use the walking pad because there is stuff on it. Tidy up my walking pad, but instead of, you know, because it's gonna be more than 5 minutes, instead of doing that until it's done, I'm just gonna do it for 5 minutes. So then that way I'm not putting pressure on myself to try and get it done. Majority of the time when I get that momentum, I, you know, complete it anyway. Tidy up my walking pad. Okay, so those are my top 3 priorities for the day. Now, if and when, let's say, you know, suddenly I'm not feeling well, or something else comes up that, you know, puts my day into disarray, as long as I have one of those things done, then I can consider the day a win. So it's not so much that, oh, I've got to get everything done that's on my top priority or on my to-do list. It's just whatever your capacity is for that moment in time. Give yourself the permission and the grace to go, look, Marianne, we can't fit it on our plate today. It is okay to just leave it and then maybe action it later in the day, or maybe tomorrow, or later on in the week. Here I am, I'm just on the other side of the Kuretake Zig Clean Color Dot Marker that has the spongy end, which I've been using for my little check boxes or check circles. The other side is a fine tip end, and that is what I like to use to highlight or border my top 3 priorities. So what this does is it's just, you know, makes a big focus on it to say, look, if I have lots of my to-do list, right? So if I have other things on my list and then suddenly, you know, the day gets away from me, if I just have 1, 2, or all 3 of those done, then it's considered a win. But by putting a frame around it, well, it highlights that's my top priorities. And then, look, it's not visible. It's not that visible, but I still like using a grey Tombow brush tip pen to create a nice little shade or shadow effect. I don't know, it makes me happy. Okay, so then that's what I have. Now the other thing I'm going to add, so let me just move and grab it from my little pegboard, are these masking stickers. So they're cute little booklet of 50 in each of these. I'll make sure to pop them in the my description, but if you do go to my Amazon storefront, I'll put the link in the chat right now. And then I think this is under stationery tools. Oh no, it might be under stickers, glues and stickers, or stickers and glues ideas list. But they're a cute little booklet of 50 individual stickers, masking stickers here. And then look, they're just cute, these cute little stock photos, color coordinated based on the little binding on the spine there. So for pink, I'm gonna, so as you can see, I've used quite a bit of the pink, and I'm going to pick one that will go nicely here. Oh, that's cute. That's a nice pink cloud. Anything else? Oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna keep this one because I don't have a group that is sort of that matches the teal. So anytime I spot any color combo that has teal, I'm going to put that aside and put that for the Sunday. I like this one. I think I like this one. Okay, so you can see so many different little photos in there, and then they're just the perfect width for my little columns. So let me just and then here, so it's got the sticker backing, and then it's got this washi or masking type of sticker, so it's a little bit see-through. Now I'm going to just put it, I like to put it in different spots, so then when I'm turning my pages, it's not all uniformed, not too matchy all the time, because you know. And so I just peel first just a little bit of the backing, so then that way I'll just go and slide that off. So if I need to re-stick it on the paper, I don't have to peel the whole thing. So that's one. Okay, and then the other thing I like to do is, what positive affirmation or what little reminder can I do today? So what self-care activity can I do today? Maybe I'll do 30 minutes, or just 30 minutes of, what's it called? Color by number. So I have a little book, coloring book, that you can color by number. So instead of paint by number, I'm using markers. I'm going to use my 0.38 Muji gel pen. I like its fine tip, and then I just, so you can see, that's what the my little self-care activity for today looks like on its own, with using the fine tip end of the zebra gel mild liner. But by outlining the edges, you don't have to be, you know, precise. Again, the it's not messy, but you know, the organic, so what shall we call it, organic way of outlining gives it that little character. You know, there are fonts that you can find that sort of have the misaligned outline. 30 minutes color by number. So I'll try and make sure, instead of planning and tasks and all these, you know, replying to emails, I'll add a little bit of creativity and a nice little mindfulness activity in my day. So let's quickly have a look. Okay, so there's my Monday thing, and then I've got some other things. Let me see what's in my, let's have a look. What have we got? Weekly. So that was last week's weekly, and there's this week's. So let me just get the other side. I don't think I have anything specific for today, Monday, apart from the 5 a.m. Live stream. Okay, so then that's that one. And then I just go through, I try not to do all of my daily planning in one go, because I like to leave a little bit for the rest of the week to, set up my planner page. But I am going to put all my stickers down. Oh, that's a nice one. So let's put that down. So this one is the masking stickers. But yeah, so check my Amazon storefront planner tools and you'll be able to find I'm going to put this one up here. So I just like to, again, only peel off the backing bit by bit until you're happy with the placement. Okay, that's nice. Next is yellow. So, yellow as well. I have used up quite a bit. This one's nice, but I don't know. You're the kid who tried to find the end of the rainbow. Oh, I like that. I am that kid who's trying to find the end of the rainbow. So that's nice. Maybe I'll pop it in the middle there. So when you place stickers or washi tapes, or you create big bold affirmations, or write down your self-care activity that you want to intentionally plan for. So we've got, let's put this in the middle. See, by taking up so much space on your planner, this is like a physical way of creating reading space for yourself, because we know things are going to pop up that we have not planned for. And if we fill out our page with all the to-do lists just because we have the space for it, what's going to happen is when things do show up unexpected, and then you have given yourself way too much to do and not plan for, your self-care, what's going to happen is you're going to burn yourself out. Okay, you're gonna feel bad because things aren't all, you've written it down and then you didn't. Which blue? I think the moon's nice. And then you planned it out, and then there's more incompletes than complete. And then if you're like me, I get upset, I get a little bit upset because you planned it, and then suddenly there's more to-dos that you got to try and action later on in the week. So stickers and creating lovely doodles, or writing down big positive affirmations on your page is a great physical way to signal that, hey, don't put too much on your plate. Life is going to do that for you already. So just be intentional in creating space for yourself. So what purple should I have? I did like that. What is that? Oh, I like the ocean. Bottom of the or the sand. Water over the sand. Where can I put it? Let's put it at the bottom here. Let me just see. I like to alternate. So middle, down, middle. Let's put it up at the top. So let me know who is ready for September. Or did anybody buy new planner notebook? Because I know for my US plannerettes, you guys have also have a start of the school year. Bye Gail, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you in the membership. Okay, so the last one is that teal that I put aside. So then there is this one. So because there is no booklet that has teal as a color block, anytime I see teal in the other colors, I put it aside, ready to I'm definitely ready for September. Love it. I love that. He said, do you have any specific goal you want to achieve for September, BB? I want to actually get back into working out. It's just more for me now, because before it was, you know, to fit into my clothes, but really I just want to be healthy. You know, I turned 50 at the beginning of January, and suddenly everything's starting to fall apart. Well, not really fall apart. I'm still quite healthy, but you know, I need to make sure I do take better care of myself. Like last week, middle of last week, my back ached so much, you know. So I want to make sure. I want to make sure that I what am I trying to say? That I can bounce back a lot better when I do have any ailments. For this week, actually, I have to go and on Thursday, so let me pop that down because I can see it in my weekly spread. On Thursday, I've got to go and get a 24-hour blood pressure monitor put on myself because my blood pressure is quite high, and now there is, you know, history of blood pressure on my mum's side. So my mum has high blood pressure, she has to take medication, and so I want to see first, you know, what sort of things do I need to do to prevent. So that it's at 2:30 p.m. so blood pressure monitor. So I got to go on Thursday, and then so the nurse is gonna put it on me, and then I've got to come back the next day at the same time, and then the nurse will take it off and then send it off to have all the reading. 2:30 p.m. blood pressure monitor. Okay, so now because some of these I know, so this is my weekly spread in my personal size planner. So let me just quickly finish this, highlighting it, and then teal. So see how when it's a rainbow color, it's so much easier to just, I'm going to use this for notes. I have different colored gray pens for the zebra mild liner, and what I've done is I've just made a little marking on the lid, so that one with the X, so then I know that's the gray I use all the time. Not that it matter when they're not next to each other, it doesn't matter, but some of the gray are cool gray and some are warm tones, so I like to try and use the same one. And then for my label, so this is the 25th, so for the date I just like to double it so then it stands out, and then just the first three initials of the week. Tuesday, 27th, Wednesday, Thursday, 30th, Saturday, 31st, Sunday. And then here I'm just going to put notes, NOTES. So anything that I need to write down that is not day specific. And then let's see, what can I do for the label? I might do, so we have A U G 2 5 and then 2:30 first. So what I might do is I'm going to grab my fine tip end and then just write down in big letters the date range. I might do something fun. I might jazz it up a bit. Let's see how we can jazz it up. Jazz it up. Okay. So I'd like to just put the pencil marking down, so then if I make any mistake, or if I make it too narrow, I can eyeball it. 25, that one, and then 30, and then back to the pink, 31st. Okay, what can we do to jazz it up a bit? Let's zoom in a bit, okay? So I'm just going to take my pen. Do I have any? I won't use my felt tip, because normally I would use a felt tip, maybe a thicker tip, but because the mild liner may still be wet, if I write over it with a felt tip, then the felt tip, the ink of the felt tip might feather, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to use I'm just going to use whatever I have. So I'm just going to do the outline, so then just creates a little bit of interest. So just going inside that fine tip, and then I will see I have another thought. So this is a great way to just, create something different headings for your planner page. And by doing these tiny little things of, creating hand lettering fonts, this will give you a nice little mindfulness moment. So being mindful just means you are focusing at the moment in hand. So I'm concentrating, making sure I'm putting all my little dots. Okay, so let's zoom in a bit. See, I'm creating these little dots on the line. So if you ever need a little bit of moment to sort of zen out, maybe if you have any headings that's plain and simple, just zhuzh it up, get your highlighter, get your markers and your pens, and just create different little hand lettering fonts for your heading. You can check out Pinterest for inspiration. So if you have you see any favorite fonts that you like, you can save it on your little hand lettering folder, and then when you need to go and shop, I call it shop your little Pinterest pages, inspiration pages, then you have it handy. Now let's see, I do like this washi tape, so my little books washi tape, and then because it picks up all the lovely rainbow colors. So I'm just going to add that to the edge of this bit, so then it's not looking empty. I'm just going to cut this bit off because I don't want this pile of books to get cut off at the edge. So I'm going to do it from this side. Alright, I can feel myself losing steam because I woke up early to get ready for my 5 a.m. and I can see that is a little bit wonky. Let me straighten that up. That looks a bit better. Okay, and I'm just going to use the edge of the Hobonichi stencil to cut the end of the washi tape. Alright, so there we go. So that is my weekly spread. I also like to have a weekly spread because then I can see bird's eye view of what the day plan with me. Okay, what the week looks like. So then if I know, as you can see here, a lot of these are just reminders. So, you know, reminder for my son to get up early for the next day because he has his examination, so he needs to be at school a little bit earlier than normal. And so that's my weekly spread. Let me pop, oh, my eyes are, I think my mascara has got into my eye and it's stinging my eyes, or probably been under these lights for way too long. Alright, so there's August 25th to the 31st. Let me pop on all of my planner, my daily planner pages. So as you can see here, because I use ring planners and hole punch them, so hang on a tick, I just got to get myself a paper towel to wipe the corner of my eye because I cannot see with tears in my eyes. Okay, or else I know if I scratch my eyes, I'm going to be smudging my mascara, and I don't want that. Okay. All right, let's go, people. So I was saying, if you have ring planners and you hole punch your planner pages, what I like to do is I like to cut, can you see how I cut little slits into the hole punch? So it's like as if it's a disc bound planner. So instead of opening the ring mechanism of my personal or my A5 size planner, I just cut the slits because then it's a lot easier to replace or remove my planner pages. So if I have to take it off because, let's say, you know, maybe the ring gets in the way when I'm writing, or I want to take it out because, you know, I want to have it nice and flat on my desk. So much easier rather than opening this again and again, and then sometimes when you open it too often, you might start to create gaps in your ring mechanism, and then if there's gaps when you're turning the page, they will slip through, and then it's chaos, and you can't turn your page nice and smooth. So I cut little slits like that into my planner page to help remove and replace it back in its spot. So let's quickly have a look. So there's my weekly spread. Okay, I'll probably have to fill in, I do have some online courses, the time, then put the time that it's the Zoom meetings on. So there's the weekly spread, and here are my daily planner pages, highlighted, stamped and stickered, so then I can start planning the week as I go. And then that's the last day of the month. There's a little dotted page, and then I'm ready to start September. So I did my September little embellishment just with stickers, and then I'm ready for the new week. So I will come back, maybe not today, I need to have a rest now, maybe tomorrow, and show you how I'm going to set up my planner pages for the new month of September, because I'm going to do a hybrid. I'm going to put some of my trackers or my goals pages in my A5 planner, maybe put my calendar in there, so then that way the calendar spread is open when I'm doing my planning, because for the moment, if I will need to look at the calendar, I need to keep switching back. So see how when you start to have your own planning system as you go through, and as you start using each page that you have, you're gonna find that maybe there is a more effective and efficient way of setting up your planner pages. Now I know some people only want to use one planner rather than having multiple, because then having multiple means you're touching too many planners, and because I do have a desk space, and I have like little shelvings here that I can put this one I can slide under my little IKEA drawer. There's enough space for me to be able to manage 2 planners at a time. So again, it's got to work within your capacity, within the way your brain works, and a lot of the times it's desk space. It's like you can't have 2 planners open if you only have a tiny little space on your desk. So but I will go through a flip through of the A5 planner pages I want to use that will work alongside my personal size planner pages. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please give me a like if you enjoyed this little live stream, and if you haven't yet subscribed, guess what? Would love for you to subscribe and hit that bell. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you again next time. Bye everybody. Bye.